I am about to show you one of the craziest moments in Indian history. A 71-year-old lawyer walks into the most important courtroom in the entire country, India's Supreme Court. He waits for the perfect moment, takes off his shoe and throws it directly at the highest judge in the nation. In the middle of a hearing, security instantly tackles him. The entire country freaks out, and just minutes later, the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, is on the phone, and he is absolutely furious. What could make a lawyer with decades of experience risk his entire life's work? And why is the Prime Minister himself so angry? The answer is an insane mix of religion, politics, and a joke that went horribly wrong. You're not going to want to miss this. If this shocks you already, hit subscribe to KanoonPlus right now. Your hype keeps these stories alive. The date was October 6, 2025. It's 11:35 in the morning. The Chief Justice of India, BR Gavai, is just going about his day, and a lawyer named Rakesh Kishore stands up. But he's not there to argue a case. He removes his shoe and throws it in the direction of the bench and screams, "You mocked Lord Vishnu!" The shoe gets blocked by security, but the damage was done. The entire courtroom is in shock. Lawyers are frozen. Reporters literally drop their pens. There's just dead silence. The Chief Justice, trying to stay calm, just says, "Let the work go on." But it was too late. That insane 20-second video was already going viral on WhatsApp, and it was starting a massive storm. So how did this even happen? Let's rewind 20 days. A case was filed asking the court to rebuild a statue. The Chief Justice, trying to be wise, said, "If you are true believers, pray and meditate. The divine does not need a rebuilt sculpture." It sounds pretty harmless, right? Wrong. Social media took that one sentence, twisted it completely out of context, and suddenly headlines were screaming, "Chief Justice mocks Hindus." TV news channels jumped on it to get views, and it just exploded. The lawyer Kishore saw these clips over and over, got convinced the courts were anti-religion, and decided a shoe was the only answer. One sentence, one algorithm, one unbelievable courtroom attack. Less than an hour after the shoe was thrown, the Prime Minister's office confirmed it. Modi called the Chief Justice himself. Their official statement said, "The attack is utterly condemnable. It has angered every Indian." But why was the Prime Minister so personally angry? First, this looks terrible. It's almost an election year, and any sign of disrespect to a major institution makes the country look weak. Second, court security is the government's job. This makes them look like they can't even protect their own judges. And third, and this is the biggest reason, the attacker said he did it for religious reasons. Modi can't let other political parties claim the BJP is being silent, while a Hindu lawyer says he's defending the faith. So he made the call, and the PMO used the word furious, which they almost never use. This wasn't just about a shoe. It was about who gets to say they protect Hindu sentiment. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tag KanoonPlus. Do you think Modi's fury was genuine or pure strategy? Hype this up. Of course, every politician immediately used this to their advantage. The Congress party said the attack was unacceptable, but then tried to blame the judges, saying they need to be held accountable. The AAP party blamed fake news TV studios for causing all the drama. Other parties all sent out the exact same tweet. Attack on judiciary is attack on democracy. And at the same time, the BJP's own social media team started sharing old clips of other parties supposedly insulting judges. Every single party condemned the attack, but every single party also used it to push their own agenda. It's a classic political free-for-all. And the lawyer, Kishore, he was at the police station saying, "I have zero regrets. Someone had to show the judiciary its place." He even wrote in a statement that the judge's comments wounded the soul of 1 million devotees. But here's the craziest part. The police let him go just a few hours later. Why? The Supreme Court itself refused to file a police complaint. Some people say the court did this to calm the situation down. But other people are warning that this sends a message that you can insult a judge and get away with it. The shoe thrower just walked free. But later that day, the Bar Council of India, the group in charge of all lawyers, hit back hard. They suspended Kishore's license to be a lawyer, with immediate effect. They called what he did conduct unbecoming of an advocate. This isn't just a small punishment. This is a professional end of his career. The most they can do is ban him for life. And sources say that's exactly what they're going to do to send a massive message to everyone else. His career, at 71 years old, is completely over. So what happens to him now? Can he go to jail? Legal experts are confused. He could be charged with contempt of court. But the judges themselves decided not to do that. Probably because it would look bad. He could be charged with assault, but the shoe never actually hit anyone. He could even be charged with sedition, but that's really hard to prove. So in the end, the biggest punishment he's getting is from the Bar Council. No jail time, but his life as a lawyer is finished. Within 30 minutes of the attack, Shame on Skatak and Rakesh Kishore were trending everywhere. People were making Instagram reels and YouTube shorts mixing the judge's original comment with dramatic music and text like, "Hindu tolerance ends today." TV anchors were screaming, "Will judges learn now?" And get this. Kishore's own nephew said the lawyer had been watching these clips on a loop for days. The social media algorithm just kept feeding him more and more rage until he finally snapped. This proves that an algorithm designed to get clicks can literally turn a 71-year-old man into a weapon. If this part hit you, share this breakdown with friends and tag KanoonPlus. Let's see who's hyped for the truth, not just noise. You would think the Supreme Court of India would have insane security, right? Wrong. They only have handheld metal detectors. There are no full-body scanners for lawyers. In the exact courtroom where this happened, lawyers can walk right up to the judges. There's no glass barrier, nothing. After the attack, and after Modi's phone call, they suddenly are planning to install retractable glass, do random bag checks, and use new ID passes. The cost is tiny, but nobody cared until now. With the Prime Minister involved, things are suddenly happening at lightning speed. By getting angry so fast and so publicly, Modi scored 3 huge political wins. 1. He sent a message to his voters that he defends both Hindu feelings and the country's institutions. That's a powerful combo. 2. He stopped the opposition from saying his party encourages disrespect for the courts. 3. He forced the government to finally create a new security plan for judges that had been stuck for years. It got done in just 48 hours. For the other political parties, this was super tricky. Congress had to condemn the attack, but they didn't want to look like they were defending the judges. The other regional parties were scared of losing Hindu voters, so they just gave generic statements like, respect the courts. The result was that for the first time in forever, all the parties agreed on something. But don't be fooled. They were all still using the drama for their own gain. For more legal updates, don't forget to subscribe to KanoonPlus channel, friends. This story went global and it made India look really bad. Reuters' headline was, India's top judge shoe attack spotlights religious polarization. Another outlet asked, is Indian judiciary independence under populist siege? International investors who want to put money in India hate this kind of stuff. They want to see a country with predictable rule of law, not a country where people throw shoes in the Supreme Court. This is another reason Modi had to act so fast. A bad global reputation is terrible for business. The short answer is, in India, yes, if the court decides not to press charges. It's crazy when you compare this to 2008, when a guy threw a shoe at President George W. Bush in Iraq and got 3 years in prison. India chose to end the lawyer's career instead of putting him in jail. The message is clear. You might not go to prison, but you will lose everything you've worked for. But here's who really pays the price for this stunt. Normal people. With Kishore's law license suspended, all of his clients, many of whom he was helping for free, now have no lawyer. Their cases are delayed and their lives are put on hold. One guy's big dramatic moment in court created 100 smaller problems for people who desperately need the justice system to work. Stunts like this don't really hurt the powerful judges. They hurt the people waiting in line for help. The big lesson here is simple. Respect for our institutions, like the courts, isn't just some fancy idea. It's a shield that protects the most powerless people in our society. Social media companies will make money from outrage, and politicians will use it to get votes. But when that shield starts to break, it's the vulnerable people who get hurt first. And when the Prime Minister of a country has to personally call the Chief Justice over a shoe, you know that shield is already seriously bent. So, a shoe was thrown, a Prime Minister got furious, a law license was destroyed, and every political party in India found a way to use it to their advantage. The lawyer says he's a hero for his faith. Modi looks like a strong leader, and the TV studios that started it all are counting their money. Everybody got something out of it. But the whole country lost a little more trust in the system. The next time a social media post tries to make you angry, remember this story. The shoe missed the judge, but it hit the entire republic. If this story made you think, hype it with KanoonPlus. Hit subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more fearless breakdowns that go beyond headlines. Thanks.
Friends.